So before I get in the shower, this is my makeup from today. I did not wear lashes and I think that was hair. So what I usually do is take a cleansing balm. This is my favorite. I like Colleen Rothschild cleansing balm, but what makes this my favorite is this. You don't have to scoop your hands in it and then put the lid back on. I mean, that's how easy this is. So I'm going to just take this and like start breaking up my mascara and all of my makeup. And then I just pulled this out to show you, but I have the Obagi. I have one in the shower and then one out here for when I'm not taking a shower that night. And so I'm going to wash my face in the shower and then we'll continue after that. Okay, I just got out of the shower and have I done anything? All I did was my body lotion. I did the Oribe. I prefer the Moroccan oil lotions to this, but I'm going to use it. And then I put a little dropper of my Necessaire oil in it. So that's what I did on my body. Okay, I told you I used this before I went in the shower, and then I used the Obagi cleansing gel in there. Now, I have used Obagi for so many years, guys, way before YouTube. So let's see, I've been on YouTube 14 years. So I would say I've been using Obagi about 16 years. The reason I started using it is because of melasma. Now, I didn't have terrible, terrible melasma, but it was so bad that every time I did my makeup, I had a place right here I had to cover. I had somewhat of a mustache. I had a place right here. You know, I had places I had to cover up, and my skin just wasn't good. I will say, and those of you that have been here with me, there is an ugly phase, and a lot of people just can't handle it, and I don't blame them. I mean, it will get to the point where you want to cry when you think about doing your morning routine that has the Expoderm in it, which we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. But nothing has ever made my skin feel and look the way it does like Obagi. Even when I went to a dermatologist and she agreed how good Obagi worked, but she thought it was overpriced. So she had a compound pharmacist make me all of the ingredients of the Obagi, and it still didn't work as well. I don't know what it is about their particular system, but it works so well for me. A lot of people ask me, why don't I try the Zoe? I tried the Zoe. I tried it. I tried this, I tried that. I called the company a couple of times to try to get some help from them. It just wasn't as good. It tore my skin up. I never could get it to the point where it did like this, where I just constantly had fresh skin. So the foaming gel cleanser is from the normal to oily pack. There's normal to oily, and then there's normal to dry and sensitive. And if you get that pack, you're going to get the creamy cleanser, but my skin is normal to oily. Nu Derm Foaming Gel gently removes makeup and everyday impurities for a clean, fresh complexion. It removes excess oil from the skin, leaving it feeling refreshed and touchably soft. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is the Obagi Nu Derm Toner. This is an essential step in your daily skincare routine. Nu Derm Toner helps maintain your skin's pH. Use after cleansing to remove impurities and dead skin and to prepare the skin for the appropriate products. So this is something else you've got to know. With Obagi, you have an AM routine and you have a PM routine. So both in the AM and the PM, you will have your foaming gel cleanser and it will say AM and PM. Okay, then for the toner, you will use that in the AM and PM. And I use the CVS Ultra, they're the extra thick premium cotton squares from CVS. And they're so good, so good. I just get some toner like that and I wipe over my face. Now, I used to think toner was not a waste, but maybe like just a frivolous extra step that felt good. But I really do think it gets your skin ready to absorb the next products. And it always gets off any residual that you didn't get off. So, and I carry everything down my neck. I have a lot of people ask me what I do to get my neck looking good. And I'm like, it does? Because to me, I need some work done on my neck. But I don't know if I told you this or not, but I went to go see a plastic surgeon. I think I have told you this about my neck. And he told me I was nowhere near ready. And he is a conservative doctor, but I trusted him. I want to just do what's right. I don't want to jump the gun. So there is the toner. Okay, at night and in the morning, you are going to use Obagi 3. This is one of the prescription items in this. So don't think that you can get these things online. You have to go to a dermatologist or a plastic surgeon, or a med spa to get these. Okay, so the number 3 clear is something that you use at night and in the morning. Effective prescription 4% hydroquinone that helps correct hyperpigmentation such as dark spots, sunspots, age spots, melasma, and other types of discoloration for a healthier looking, more even skin tone. Prescription required. Contact your healthcare provider to purchase or find a physician nearby. So every night I use that. And when you first start, like I remember having it laid out and saving the box because I had to learn my steps. And it will even show you on the back of the pamphlet how much to use. But at this point, I know how much. So I usually rub it in my hands and rub it all over. Like I used to forget, or I would do like this and do like this, but I wasn't getting in here. And so now I've learned to go up in here. And then, like I said, I bring everything down. So at night, it's a little bit different. At night, you have your blender, and then you have your Retin-A, your tretinoin. Now, this is kind of like the wild card that you can switch around. I use the Altrino. For years, I used the Refisa, which was an emollient tretinoin. And it's kind of, as tretinoins go, it was kind of mild because it had that emollient base. They quit making that, and then they came out with this. And my dermatologist called this in for me. It is tretinoin lotion 0.05%. Now, a lot of people have told me that I should move up to the 1%, but you know what? This is working just fine. I don't want to rock the boat. I use this every night. It works well, so I'm going to stick to it. So I'm going to put just like a pea-sized amount. I usually just get like that much. And then let me read to you what the blender is. The Obagi Nu Derm blender is effective 4% hydroquinone that helps correct hyperpigmentation such as dark spots, sunspots, age spots, melasma, and other types of discoloration for healthier looking, more even skin tone. Same thing, but what you do is you put the blender with your tretinoin and you mix these together, and like the girl told me, the Retin-A, one of them, I think it was a Retin-A, she said was like a little man with a backpack, and he puts the tretinoin in his backpack and he takes it down deep into your skin. And so it goes really deep and really corrects. Remember when I used to have a lot of discoloration right there and right here from the sun, poikiloderma? I still have it a little bit, but just doing this has helped tremendously. Like I even had IPL, I've had the blue light, blue ray, some other kind of laser to try to help that. Nothing has helped like Obagi Nu Derm. I will forever sing the praises, It's nothing that I can sell to you. It's just what works. So that is my skincare for the night. Now, another thing I like is this Sunday Riley Autocorrect Eye Cream. And I usually just put a little pump on the back of my hand and kind of rub it in. And I put it here. And I put it here. And I've told you before, if I didn't use Obagi, I would probably use the Sunday Riley because I've just heard such good things. And then the girl that does my hair, Morgan, her skin just looks beautiful with it. And as you see, I kind of take it and slick my eyebrows back with it because it's going to kind of sink in and crawl down, you know, around my eyes. So here it is. And then I put everything back up in this nasty little bag and put it down here. And then my cleansing balm goes down here too. And then I take my City Beauty Clear, which you can see I'm almost out of already. And I do my lips. Then I take my Revitalash. This is like an anniversary bottle. It's the same that you see in the silver and blue. And then I do one stripe over. I try not to get it too wet. Do one stripe on both of those. And that is it for my nighttime skincare routine. Now I'm going to do another video that I will attach somehow. If I don't do it in a card, I will do it down below, but I'm going to do my hair routine. I'm going to show you how I curl it with the dry bar wand. So if you're interested in that, then you'll have to watch that also. And I will see you in the morning with my skincare routine. Okay, good morning, guys. Okay, so the first thing I do, I just walked in the bathroom and I did a hair video also last night. So if you want to see that and the end result, watch that. I will try to link them back and forth. But this is me coming straight into the bathroom after being upstairs, and I just took my Invisalign out. And what I usually do is come in here and get my skincare bag out. Start running some hot water. I'm going to let it run until it gets hot. Okay, then I will use my, like today I'm going to do a video. So today I'm going to use my Lumify drops. And so I just put in, it's almost out, 1 drop per eye, of course. Okay, and I've got my face cloth right here. So I will use my same foaming gel from last night. Okay. And I suds up. So I really get in my eyelashes. I go all down my neck. And then I rinse. And these things, I'm telling you, I go and I get everything under my eyes. And one thing, I would say the biggest thing besides hyperpigmentation that I can tell Obagi is just unmatched is your texture. Before, every time I tried anything, I constantly had flaky, lacy skin. It was like I never could get that balance of the skin being exfoliated. I would have to do something to get it off, and then it seems like it would be so damaged that then I was finding things like recovery creams to put it back on. With Obagi, you just always have, I mean, I could take a brush and just swirl, swirl, swirl foundation and it does not give me any texture. Before, like right here, I always had, it almost felt like a beard. It was always like rough skin, like right in here. And it's just, now my skin is so smooth. And I mean, I always think about saying this. I'm not making any money off of this. Of course I'm not, but it's a miracle. And, you know, I know that I go on and on about it, but it's just the way I feel. So now I'm using the same toner that I used last night, and you'll see it has AM and PM. And I am very drawn to systems, like steps and systems. And that's something that I think I like about Obagi. And I think that's something that I like about that Sunday Riley, the way she has a AM and PM skincare system. I like that. So that's something else that is an advantage. Okay, so after I've toned everything, I usually brush my teeth at this point. So I will brush my teeth and let that toner kind of do its thing. Okay. And now, step number 3, I'm getting at the end of this one. This is also AM and PM. And remember, step number 3 is the hydroquinone 4%. So I take this and, like I said, make sure you're going up in between your brows. And then I always bring everything down my neck. And then we don't use the blender and the tretinoin during the day. We just use the Exferderm Forte. Now, if you have sensitive skin, or if you get the Nu Derm Dry Sensitive Kit, you're going to have just regular Exferderm. Since I have the oily, normal to oily skin, I get the Exferderm Forte. And that just means it's a little stronger. It is Nu Derm Exferderm Forte is a lightweight lotion with glycolic and lactic acids that exfoliates and removes old, dull skin while promoting a natural skin turnover for a noticeably smoother, brighter complexion. So I get about that much. And I will say, when you are going through the ugly phase, what the ugly phase is that retin-A combined with the hydroquinone, just all of the things together, it will kind of, I always say it attacks the dark or the rough spots, but it does. And you will physically see the dark spots come off. Like I think, like I had a dark spot up here and you can see where it's red, and it just stays like that. I think because that's just where natural pigment would be, and maybe it's a little bit rougher there. And you guys remember I used to have that dark spot under my eye. I still have it a little bit. I don't put a lot of stuff up there. And so that's what this does. So I take, back to what I was saying. When you are going through that ugly phase, you may have some almost raw skin. Like if you've been here with me, even last year when I started this over, you saw how it looked like my chin was about to fall off. I mean, the skin just peels and peels and peels. This will sting like a mofo, I'm telling you. You will dread putting this on. So you can go lightly on those spots, but this is it's all of it together that works. So like I say, go up in here. And just make sure I get this everywhere and then down my neck. And that is it. Now I usually put on my little lip balm, City Beauty. And I go on to, now is usually when I get dressed, because I like to be dressed when I do my makeup. There's just something about it. And then I would start my makeup. So that gives this little process a few minutes to sink in. Now, questions you're gonna ask me. Do I use sunscreen every day? No. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I'll let you do what you want to do. This system does come with sunscreen, and I do, in the beginning, you will want that sunscreen because it's the zinc white, real soothing kind, and it feels good. So when you are in that height of being irritated, I would say use that sunscreen. Do I use any extra moisturizer? No, I don't. I'm kind of the old school Obagi. Back in when it first started, there was not a moisturizer, there was a sunscreen. Okay, now, vitamin C. That's something I could be using, and I need to order, there's a SkinCeuticals vitamin C type drops that I was using, and I might order those again. I just ran out and I have kind of forgotten. So I haven't been using those for months. But this is, you know, how my skin looks. I still have some redness, and that is kind of probably like broken capillaries, things that skincare, you know, isn't going to address. I have had IPLs in the past, and it does help, but honestly, makeup covers everything. I don't have any real deep wrinkles. I would say, that's one thing I forgot, is my eye cream. I would say around my eyes are my worst wrinkles, and honestly, I do myself a disservice by putting powder up underneath my eyes because they always look way more wrinkled in my videos than they actually are, and I think that's because I use that Laura Mercier powder underneath my eyes to set my concealer, and I will forget to spray. Or, you know, if I didn't use that powder, it may look better, but for some reason I like the dimension that the powder gives me. That's something I'm kind of thinking about in my mind, because honestly, my wrinkles aren't as bad for real as they are in a lot of my videos. And I do get Botox, but as you can see, it wears off so fast. And I go to a dermatologist, not a med spa or a plastic surgeon, and she is just very, very conservative. She, you know, I don't get it around my eyes, obviously. I mean, you guys see, it is what it is, right? So all in all, I can't say it enough. Obagi. It's just, to me, it is the gold standard. It is the best. I know that there are some states that will not even sell it because of the 4% hydroquinone. Here again, I've talked to my old dermatologist who is so smart. I love her. She's the one that immediately diagnosed under my arms when I had a bad irritation, and she diagnosed when I used to have perioral dermatitis. She's just a really smart, she's the one that tried to make me an Obagi skincare system from the compound pharmacist. And she said, do not, matter of fact, I think she might have done 6% hydroquinone. She said that was ridiculous. That was, it was people that were putting, it was in other countries, people were putting it all over their body to fade their skin, etc., etc. So then I asked my dermatologist now, who was supposed to be the best in town. She said she is not afraid of hydroquinone. She said they were actually giving it to rats internally, and that's why it had an adverse effect. But that's something, that's up to you. You have to decide that. But I do know that some states will not even sell it. It's kind of like, you know, the tretinoin, we have to have a prescription for that, but in other countries you just buy it in the drugstore. So there's different, you know, different guidelines for different things. So I am going to now go get dressed and put on my makeup, and then I will be back with you in my hair video and show you the results of curling my hair with the Dyson wand. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.